Welcome in to episode 5 of Frankenmuth. I've got some big plans for this episode. Yes, very big plans indeed. We are going to buy some stuff. We're going to buy this chunk of land for starters. Only 25,080. Let's do that, and then I'm actually going to add that real quick to our assets. Small land plot. $25,880, not $250,000. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I added that on there. So we have that land now. What I want to do, so obviously it's April right now. We're not going to be able to, I should have done this earlier. I was thinking about a couple different plans, and so I kind of got delayed a little bit here on getting them started, but I feel ready to start one of the plans now. I was going to kind of do two things, but I think it was too much. I think that would have driven us a little too far into we'd have to make some payments on things and stuff like that. But I think what I want to do right now, we can make it through the year without having to go into hopefully debt at all. So that's my goal. So one thing, buy this chunk of land, not very much money. That's easy peasy. We have it now. That's no big deal. Now what I want to do with it is I actually want to put some chickens on it. I want to have some chickens making some eggs in the background. Now one thing we're going to have to buy, and this is, let's go to, this is actually a modded trailer that we're looking at. I have a universal autoload mod, which I know is for PC only. So I have that installed. We're going to get the Pitts Low Boy because it can auto-load stuff for us. So let's see here. Trailer type standard, bale trailer, log trailer, box trailer, curtain trailer. Special type trailer, bale log, curtain. I think standard is fine. Unloading position, standard, I think. Horizontal loading, I don't even know most of the stuff. Number loading areas is 2. We can do 2 is fine. What does 1 look like? Let's do 2, that's fine. I think this is fine. Wait, no, yes. Okay. Number 1 and number 2, it doesn't have as big of a space now. I think I messed that up. Let's get out of there. Let's go back in here. Yeah, I think I messed that up. What about 3? Yes, okay. Oh, no, maybe it only wants to load there, so I won't put stuff back there. It's still far cheaper than some other trailers we could do. This one's probably a little bit better. It's only $16,000 more. I did think about using that 'cause it's a modded thing that we could use. This one might just be better. Auto load. Standard. Close. Oop, auto load. Yep, standard. Save settings. Okay, so that one, that'll hold more pallets. I mean, we don't need to hold that many pallets, though, do we? We can make multiple trips, and we're making eggs here. Let's change this a little bit. Auto load, let's do... Yeah, standard's fine. Standard. What does 1 look like? Yes. Let's just do that. I don't know how that's going to work necessarily with all of that, but let's go ahead and buy that. It's $28,000. All right, we have a trailer. So we have a trailer, we have the land. Now we need the chickens, which we can get down here in a second, and we need the chicken coop. There wasn't a lot of modded chicken coops out there, really none, to be honest, actually. There was one I installed, this guy, 1,500 chickens. That's definitely the one we're going to go with, because we want to get a lot in there. Now, I know the next thing you're going to ask is, what are we going to feed these stupid chickens? And that's a great question. We are going to buy feed for now, and then we're going to grow barley. We'll still make profit even with buying feed. Where are the egg spawns at? That's the chicken point there. That's where the food goes in. Let's do it like this, maybe. I just don't know where the stuff is going to spawn. That's kind of my main concern. We can go right up on that land there. Let's try that. Are the eggs going to spawn on the side? I just got to go look at this. If it's not in if it's in a weird spot, we'll just delete it, make sure we have the right amount of money, and we'll try it again here. Yeah, food there. Let's get that opened up. That makes sense. They spawn some. Oh, they spawn somewhere stupid. They spawn in here. That's okay. We can back the trailer in, I think, and be fine on that one. We could get the cheaper. That's actually probably what we're gonna do to get these guys. 250 of those is only $1,500 actually. How much is for those? 13 set. That's a lot more money. Yeah, we're gonna do this. The fee's a lot less, and we'll raise them to be fully aged here. Yep, let's do that. And then let's start with Let's start with 500 of them. Let's start with 500 of them. That's just going to be a little bit better. And then they will reproduce eventually. Anyways, because you don't need the roosters to reproduce. Yeah. Yeah, age is 0, gestation period is 2 months, puberty is 6 months, perfect. So in 6 months, they'll be able to start reproducing. This will be a good start for us. Okay. And I should be able to auto-load food with our new trailer. Let's go try this out. Let's get this guy fired up. Sorry, the truck is very loud, I know. It's just such a loud truck. All right, let's head down to the shop. Because we should be able to buy feed. Should be down here, right? Down food. Yeah, we can get some chicken feed. 1,500 per 1,000. It's a little pricey. That's a little pricier than I wanted it to be. But we'll grow some barley to feed them very soon as well. And oh gosh, oh boy, easy does it. Overcorrected there. But yeah, we'll grow some barley to feed them. We'll take one of our fields, probably this one, and put barley in it, and then these two will do canola again, just because we need to keep a cash flow going. We'll put barley in this one, and then we do harvest the barley. We'll take the straw off of it as well. Well, maybe we'll do two. Maybe we'll do both of our smaller fields barley to make sure we have enough barley to feed our chickens. I think we'll still have plenty, but I don't know how much feed they're gonna eat. I mean, we still have a couple months to decide that. I just wanted to get the chickens rocking and rolling sooner rather than later. Ooh, almost crashed there. Need to come up here actually. And it'll be nice, I can actually load these pallets hopefully down to the farm as well over here. I don't know how any of this works. I haven't used this mod before. We're going to try it out. I'm going to learn how to use it. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of buttons there. Okay. Loading filter, any, table type all, unloading side left. That's unfold, we don't need to do that. Start loading is left shift R. Oh, that's easy. Okay. I'm assuming, I wonder if I can get these guys at the same time as well. Left shift R. Yeah. Okay. I don't like how that's loading some of that. But that's okay. All right, let's buy some feed. Since they're the same price for these and those, yeah, both the same amount of stuff, we'll just get... We'll buy that twice. That's a lot of feed. All right, left shift R. Oh boy. I'm not a fan of that. That's something else there. Let's get just really into these guys here. I wonder if it thinks I'm full. It might. Tip. Unloading side left. How do I unload here? Reading. Unload left shift I. Must be a clear loading area. We don't have that obviously right now. Let's just do left. Yeah, unloading side right. Okay. That's much better. I don't know why they didn't. I think it's just some of those pallets threw off. Anyhow, we have some various things, so I can haul these back. This is great. I don't like that it loads over that, which I kind of figured it would based on how it looked in the store. I don't like that it loads over that sloped part of the trailer, but it's a $28,000 trailer, so we can't complain. We still have $46,000 in the bank. We do have some more costs now, though, so our upkeep for our buildings went up a little bit. But I think we're going to make it back on the chickens making eggs when they start making eggs. So, yeah, I think kind of expanding out is going to help us. So this episode, yes, chickens is kind of our big thing. Next episode, I want to start getting some baling and at least some baling equipment to do our barley harvest. We can bale that on our own, and then we can use this trailer to load the bales and haul those around. So that'll be nice. And then I'd also like to get going on I was thinking maybe doing some silage work at some point, do some grass work and stuff like that, especially if we have to have a baler anyways. I think that just kind of makes sense. I should be able to, this will only take things it's supposed to take. So this should, I don't know if actually this is going to work or not. Since these are all pallet form. So I'm going to take any of those. It won't take them, I think, no, it's not taking any of them right now. Let me try strap these down again for a second. Oh, it took some of them. Okay. So I wonder how I have to be over that. I probably have to be directly over that. Let's take a look at where the kind of unload point is. Let's just toggle super strength here for a second. Oh, it's got to be all the way over that. That's going to be a bit of a pain there. Hopefully this holds quite a bit. Obviously it'll be easier when we back in here with like a trailer. Well, we can't use our trailer either. We're going to have to get a feed trailer as well. But that, we can cross that bridge when we get there. This is how we'll do it for now. But anyhow, we have chickens. We have chickens. They are in here. They look very happy. We're going to get more of them. And we're going to get more eggs rocking and rolling. And that's what we're all about. So that's all good stuff. So yeah, I'll keep doing my thing. I'll bring you guys back in during harvest, or right around harvest time. So I'll see you guys then. All right, it is harvest time, hopefully. I think everything should be ready. I see it over there, it looks ready. This is just where our seeded lime is just out in our front yard. It's fine. Put a little bit of landscape here, put a little bushes in here, put a little entryway up over here to our chickens. Our chickens are doing great. They're actually already producing eggs. They produced eggs right away. So yeah, they're not producing as many as I think they would, but they already got a little bit of eggs going on for us, which is great. As you can see here, they've cooked through half of the food almost. 16 of the 16,000 liters, they've cooked through almost half of it in 3 months. So they'll finish this out definitely before they're fully mature. So I'll have to get some more. Now it's $24,000 worth of food. If we look here, so far they've made $3,800 worth of eggs. So they're working on it. They're working on it. Long term, obviously, we're going to be fine once we don't have to buy food as much. But I still think we'll turn a profit with buying food for them and getting them set up and everything like that. So I think it'll still be worth it. Worst case scenario, it's not. We're not going to make our money back until, well, yep, I don't want to think about it, but it's fine. So it's time to harvest our canola. I really wanted to use this grass for something. I thought about doing like some silage work, but there's just not enough here to really make it worth it right now. Maybe once we harvest our barley, we can get like a baler. I just don't think it's worth it right now. If we had the stuff, I'd say we should just go for it, but we just don't right now. So this guy's ready to go for the harvest. Let's get this guy fired up. The other thing too, if we do mowing, this guy doesn't have a front 3-point link, so we got to be very careful about what mower we use if we use that same guy for a mowing project. Or we got to get a windrower. You know, there's a lot of moving parts to it. Let's try to get out of here without crashing too much. There we go. But yeah, I'll end up doing the harvest pretty much off camera. You guys have seen me harvest plenty. I did a little time-lapse thing last episode of doing some of the harvesting. I don't know the feedback yet because our episode barely posted today, so we'll kind of have to see on that. But yeah, in terms of this episode, where we're trying to get to, we're going to harvest this field, and this field. We're going to plant barley in these 2 fields and plant canola again in our main field. That's where we're trying to get to. And then hopefully get to at least our first egg sale and I think we're just going to finish this year out basically. So we should get everything rocking and rolling for our fields, get all that stuff done. I'll do all that stuff off camera. I'll get the planting done. I'll get the harvesting done. All that I'll take care of. And we're going to put lime down on these 2 fields, of course, as part of that. But I'll get all that taken care of off camera because you guys have seen plenty of field work. There's nothing crazy right now. And then I'll probably bring you guys back in November when it's time to sell off the eggs for the chickens because I think that's the best time is what it said in here. Yep, November. Canola is when is canola this year? Canola will be November as well. So we'll probably be selling everything off in November, which is going to be great. And then the barley, we're not going to sell it all. We're just going to hold on to it. We're going to use it as chicken feed. We're going to convert that barley into hopefully more cash. Now, the problem with that is if we are moving 2 of our fields to barley, that's about half of our canola we're going to miss out on. So missing out on that is going to cost us some money. So I'm hoping the chickens can really pick it up. Hopefully, eventually, we'll see how kind of those 2 fields of barley do. That hopefully is going to be way too much food, and we're just stocked up for like a couple years worth at least. But I don't know yet. We'll get a lot of barley off those 2 fields for sure. But yeah, once we have the chickens rolling here, hopefully we can get, I mean, the reason I kind of tucked it back in the corner is I think we can get probably 2 or 3 more in here if we look at that. Let's go chickens. I mean, I know we don't have the money right now. Probably 1 there. Maybe 2 more, actually, is probably more accurate. We can do 2 more there, and we hold this whole chunk of land here, so we could theoretically do also 3 across this way. I mean, we have a lot of options. We probably have to move them back a little bit so we can get trailers in and out and stuff like that. But yeah, at least 2 more of these. That'll probably be enough, honestly, for chickens to get us going for a while. But I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of plans going forward for us. A lot of plans. We're going to get this farm really built up. But yeah, we just got to be careful that we do it carefully and a little bit slow but sure as we're paying off our investors and things like that. And we want to probably start buying shares soon back of our farm so we can keep some more of the profits. I think we'll want to look at buying maybe $750,000 worth of shares, hopefully in a few episodes from now. That'd be kind of my goal. But I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker for this. Let him rock and roll. He's probably not going to like that direction. He's probably going to turn around, or maybe not. But anyhow, that's what I got for you guys. I'll bring you guys back in a little bit, probably when it's time to sell eggs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to sell our eggs. It is November. Things are going good. We've gotten our fields. We got barley planted here. It's been taken care of. It's planted. No weeds. You can see no weeds in any of our fields. Fertilized doubly for our canola over here. Canola, barley, and barley. Nothing needs plowing. That's ours. Nothing needs lime. That's ours. Now, the other thing I will note, actually, before I forget here, so these little field dots like this, I can't change the status of those. I can't put lime or anything on them. There are a few over here, so I replowed them down and then was able to put lime on, which eventually, when this whole field requires lime, we'll go out and do that again over here, which it should be after this harvest, actually. And then I will get those so it'll actually take lime again and stop hurting our yield. Because of that, what that is, if you're wondering, go into your settings, and if you go down to disaster destruction, that's part of it. So I turn this to visuals only. If we have a tornado that's about to run through our fields, I'm going to turn this back to on. But I don't want the hail damage, because the hail damage means you have to go plow the field, which wouldn't really be how it would be in real life. So I did change that. Also for repairs, I've been just, we do have a little bit of a loan as well. But I have been for repairs since the game is broken right now and it doesn't charge you for repairs. I've gotten, I'm sure, some free repairs over the time we've been playing this, but I'm now going to try to remember every time I do a repair to then use the F12 screen to remove the specific amount of money out of our bank account that we use to repair it, so that way it's kind of fair, because some of our stuff is pretty expensive to repair. But anyhow, our chickens, they have some eggs produced, as you can see inside there. Not a ton. Oh, they already produced 500 more chickens. Great. We have no food for them. I had to buy another $16,000, or no, 16,000 liters. I had to buy another $24,000 worth of food. So we're at $48,000 of food for the year. So it's not great. But this says 0 for eggs. What's going on there? There's obviously eggs in there. Can I load these? Any more items of what size? What? I'm so confused. Why? I've been having some issues with the auto load, I'm not gonna lie. Left control, left shift R. Loading filter any. Does that change anything? Is there anything on the trailer? There shouldn't be. Okay, let's try. Maybe I thought there was something on there or something weird. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that is a way to put the eggs on there. That's kind of funny. I didn't think it would stock them or stack them like that. I'm gonna just to make this easier, I'm gonna push these guys over here. We're just gonna haul the partial pallet and sell it as well. We might as well. There's no sense in waiting. We have a good price, so we don't. I mean, we don't have a ton of eggs, but we have some. So. I know it's a little cheaty, me using super strength, but it's gonna save my sanity. I really hate that they put the partial pallet at the bottom, but I guess I really can't. This looks so stupid. This is such a small load of eggs. Oops, I didn't mean to disconnect that. Oh man, this better make some good money. It's not really gonna make that much money. I think it's gonna be like 25 grand. Where do we need to take this? Yeah, it's gonna make us about 24,000. Frankenmuth Farmers Market. Let's go sell these guys off. It's better than nothing. It's also time to sell our canola off, which I'll be selling that off camera. What we're gonna do going forward here, we're probably gonna get ready to wrap this episode up. Good lord, I can't talk. And then I'm gonna stream this Saturday, which this episode won't come out until next week, so you guys, it'll already have happened. But I'll most likely stream this Saturday. Also, I hid the power poles. I know it looks stupid, but I couldn't handle the Nexat continually hitting them. So I hid them. I try to hide the lines, but the lines don't really exist. So, yeah. Anyhow, I know it doesn't look great, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll sell this stuff off. But yeah, I'm going to do probably the harvest and the baling off camera, but we'll talk about that next episode, because I'll start the next episode after we get through this year. And we're not done with this episode yet after we sell this. I'm going to sell the canola off, and we'll talk about everything. I'm assuming right here. The answer is no. Okay, is it the other side? There's like a pallet point, isn't there? Hopefully this trailer is not just too high. That'd be kind of stupid. Yeah, there's a pallet point over here. I knew that. Oop. I was hitting the wrong button, so I was hitting the steering button and not the reverse button or stop button. Alright, this should do it. Boom! 24 or 384. It's not much, but it's something. Oh gosh, pulled right out in front of that car. That is my bad. Yeah, go ahead. That's my bad. But yeah, maybe I should just turn these flashing things on here. Anyhow, I'm going to get back. I will sell the stuff off. I'm looking at what is our time right now. We're about 20 minutes into this episode, so it's not going to be a crazy long episode. The main thing I wanted to get going today was the chickens, which we've definitely accomplished that. We already have 1,000 chickens. And in a couple months, we'll probably have... Actually, that's a good question. When are we going to get more chickens? Yeah, these guys are going to be the ones to reproduce. I don't know how long it's going to take them. Probably 3 months at least, I would think. And then this is just going to keep going down faster and faster. But the older they get, I mean, the more eggs they should start producing. So hopefully they're producing just a lot of eggs for us. Once we have the barley off our fields, it's not going to be a big deal. We'll be able to feed them and then maybe get another pen going. Oh, gosh, this guy's going slow now. Maybe we'll be able to feed them and hopefully get... This is going to go good. I'm just going to... Yep, it's fine. We'll be able to feed them and get another pen going, hopefully. That's kind of the plan. And I've got some other plans kind of going forward. Hopefully the next episode we can get going with those, but we'll kind of see. We're a little short on, a little strapped for cash right now. So depending on how we're looking at the end of this year, I might actually buy, I want to get a baler. I'm just going to spoil it now. It doesn't really matter that much. I want to get a baler. And the specific baler I want to get is this guy right here. It's not the cheapest. Now we could go, did I not install any mods? I thought I installed some modded balers, but there's some modded balers out there that are a little cheaper, and I could get a baler, and then I could get like a cheap wrapper, probably this guy right here, and we could do some silage work that way. I don't want to do that, because I think overall this is going to save us time, and if we can afford it this year, at the end of the year, I think we'll buy it, because then it'll come out of our profit for this year, so we don't have to pay as big of a bonus. But I still want to make sure the bonus we pay out is at least $25,000. So we'll kind of look at the books and see how we're doing at the end of this year. But yeah, I would like to get this. It only requires 150 horsepower to pull it, which our tractor definitely should have. I think, actually, I don't know what configuration it's in. Challenger 225. Okay, so yeah, it can definitely pull that. The only thing I don't like about this tractor now is it doesn't have a front 3-point, so it's gonna be hard to do like mowing and stuff like that. But at least with that baler, we can... The other good thing about that baler, too, that I'm not even going to pull it up again. It doesn't matter. The good thing about that baler is you can also do, like, straw baling and stuff like that. So we'll do straw baling, and we can use this trailer here to pick the bales up off the field and stuff like that. So what I'll probably end up doing, I'll start the next episode, and then in the stream, I'll do the harvest, and then we'll do the baling... Well, I'll probably do the baling in the stream as well, or at least maybe part of it. I want some of it to be in the recording and some of it to be kind of on the stream. So the streams aren't actual episodes, but it's just kind of a good way for me to have something to stream and be able to hang out with you guys. That guy's passing. The new AI traffic is absolutely insane. They just are wild. They're absolutely wild. But yeah, it'll give me something to do on a stream, and yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to keep going for now. I'm going to get our canola sold off. Everything's doing good. 85% for the yield bonus, which means, yeah, I think it's getting ready to need lime again. The lime will slowly, by the way, after you put the line down, you get 15%, and then the next year you only get 10%, and then you only get 5% yield bonus, and then it goes back down to 0. So, theoretically, if you want to keep the bonus up, you get the lime every year, in case you didn't know that. But how are these fields? These fields just got limed, so they should be, yeah, plus 97%. That means that they need rolling, pretty much. So this is a lot better. So that's the difference between the lime being limed and not, because this is freshly limed and that's not as limed. So yeah, these yields on the barley fields are going to be really good this following year. The canola won't be as bad, or won't be as good, but it'll require lime. They'll be good to go. But yeah, in case you're wondering, that's why we're down 10% on there. That extra 10% is the first 2 harvests. So that's another way to kind of tell as well when you're going to need lime again. So these guys are going to need lime again after we harvest. But anyhow, that's what I got for you for now. I'll see you guys here in a second, and we'll close out the year in the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been another year. We just completed year 5, which is great. We're on year 6 now, which means we're still on track to do a year episode. I've got big plans for the next episode, hopefully. We might go through 2 years the next episode. I'm not really sure. It kind of depends, but I've got big plans regardless. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So let's finish out by taking a look. I did leave that in the front yard. I apologize, but it's okay. It's fine. Let's take a look at our... We actually should have maybe also bought the smaller conveyor belt last year. I thought about that. We're sitting at 231 in the bank, though, and no loan, which is great. It's a good way to go into the next year. That's perfect. How are our chickens doing, actually? They are fully staffed. I don't know if staffed is the way to put it, but they are fully. So 2 months to reproduce. Good Lord. That's totally fine. I don't care. They're a little low on food. I probably need to buy some more, actually. I don't care that we're not getting any more from reproduction. I wanted them to do this specifically. That way we can get... Eventually they will be completely topped out, and they'll be just reproducing or producing eggs like crazy, which is what we want. So, yeah. But that's all good. We'll get food for them, and then we'll have a lot of food for them, which would be great. We may also buy a different silo this year. I don't know necessarily what that's going to look like. I kind of want to use one of the base game silos. I also put some bale storages and stuff in here. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that. That's 100,000, which is nowhere near enough. 150, that's nowhere near enough still. 200,000 is not enough. 400,000? I think we could get away. I think we could get away with that. It'll just make it so much easier. Then we actually could sell that conveyor belt off, which that'll be smart. I don't know why I was thinking we should have bought another one. Ooh, for slightly more. Yeah, that's really no difference there. That's 500,000, and we can sell this guy off for, I mean, not very much, but that's okay. That one's still only slightly more than that for 800,000 liters. We might just go for that. That one's a little too pricey, though that does bump it up quite a bit. We might go for, like, this guy, because it'll fit right here. You know, honestly, we might do a little reorganizing on the farm. We really don't need this shed to be... I mean, it's not worth anything. Good Lord, 2312? What are the sheds worth on our asset calculator? They're worth a lot more than that. Good Lord, they've gone down in value. Well, good to know that doesn't matter in terms of that, but I was just looking over that real quick. But yeah, we got some plans. We got some plans going forward. But let's take a look at our finances. So our farm value, cash to the bank, and everything, $2,300,000 there. If we go look at our income calculation here, we made $392 off the canola, $24,000 off the eggs. Overall, we made $61,000 profit. I did buy that Vicon fast baler because that put us here, which means our payout is going to be just over $30,000. So if we go here, we paid $30,500. I extended this out to year 10 now, so we have another 5 years. I'll just keep extending it as needed. Currently, our share value went up from like $22,000 to $23,000, so our shareholders are happy. Their value went up. They got a $30,000 dividend, not as good as last year, but still a good dividend for them. They're happy. Our farm value also went up by almost 100. Well, not quite. It went up by like $50,000. So, and we're accruing equipment and things. So we have a new source of making money, and our farm value went up. Our share value went up. We paid out a dividend that's higher than the standard dividend, and we still were able to turn a profit this year with buying stuff. So that's good. All good news. So this next year, got a lot of good things, I think, in store for us. I think we'll hopefully be able to start buying shares back, like in like year maybe 8, year 9. I'd like to buy 10 shares for $750,000. That would be great. We just don't have the money for it right now. So yeah, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling. We'll head back over to the game here real quick, but yeah. So we might do some changes, make some changes on the farmyard. I also want a lime silo. I just think we need to have it. I just think we need a lime silo. But we also can sell this guy off too, because we won't need that anymore. But anyhow, that's what I got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.